Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. I thought I was done for today because they just put out a roadmap, but of course, as usual, they love dumping multiple things on us at the same time. But hey, this is actually much better news because we got the laundry list for April 2023, and I think it has to be the longest one we've ever received. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So they say here's the list of the community concerns we're investigating and aiming to resolve in the game update this month. Infant stretches after asking dog to be nice to the infant. I have seen infant stretching, but there's more circumstances than just that one. Sim still holds fear of being afraid of the dark after being cured. Yeah, I've heard about that one. Chefs won't enter the restaurant. This might be one of the biggest plot twists of 2023 right here. Never in a million years would I have thought that we'd ever see anything related to dine out on these laundry lists, but there we go, and I think that's actually the dine out issue I have the most. I've seen chefs just kinda stand out on the streets, and even after resetting them, it still doesn't do anything. They never actually go over to the chef station and they just end up leaving eventually. And overall, restaurants are just kind of like 50-50 for me, I guess, because, well, I tested the same restaurant in San Sequoia, and one time I went, the chef got stuck. They did go to the restaurant, but I think they got stuck in a loop or something, and then it ended up clogging up the whole simulation because things just got slower and slower from there. And then the next time, everything worked perfectly fine. I'm not sure what I did differently, so very confusing. And that's with mods installed, it still gets very wonky. But getting back to the rest of the list, we have infant food exploring resetting / not known to other caregiver. This is definitely one I've seen a lot. Study numbers toddler milestone cannot be completed. Yeah, I have seen that talked about. I think I have a mod that fixes that one too. Werewolf pack values panel is blank. Yep, another one I've heard about. Climbing excursion can't move to the next stage. Yes, I downloaded a mod that's supposed to fix that, though oddly enough I didn't seem to have that issue even without that mod installed, so I'm not sure what triggers that exactly. And then on Xbox specifically, unable to select Sims, items, and object with mouse. Oh, okay, isn't that one of the issues with the new control scheme they introduced a month or two ago on consoles? And then Sims with customized physical frame do not have fingernails from all packs. Parent needs to be introduced to infant, and debug text is observed for gift box from the seasons pack. Yeah, that one I have seen before, for sure. Next is another snowy escape issue. Once broken, climbing gear is not repairable. Go for jog interaction is stuck when dog is feeling very hungry. Chomp interaction is spammed autonomously for young adult elder sim and interaction queue. Sweater makes child stretch to the side. For toddlers using slides, movement skill does not increase. Trees and plants in Moonland Mill don't change color in fall season. I completely forgot that was an issue. And then with a particular clothing item from Growing Together, it doesn't show up unless you cross out all the tags, and it has just no gender tag at all, which is this one. This seems to just keep happening with recent packs, but at least they're gonna fix it. And there's also a tank top from Growing Together that has some visual distortion on the back. Then we have unable to select objects / Sims with Sims 4 camera with mouse / keyboard. Infant stretch when toddlers yell at them. Debug name is displayed for the bottle collection plaque. Exchanging vows during a wedding ceremony causes infant guest to stretch. On console, entering build mode using the TS4 camera and keyboard mouse prevents selecting and rotating items. Infant stretches when playing reaction animation to living in a tiny home. Infant stretches when playing reaction animation to Strangerville agents during welcome wagon. On console, unable to proceed beyond press start screen using keyboard input. And top surgery scars are not available beyond first create a sim entry. Okay, I didn't actually read the entire laundry list before I started reading it, so it is good that they are fixing numerous amounts of infant stretching glitches. Oh, and for those of you confused about the bottle collection one, that is referencing the bottle collection that we can get in my wedding stories by digging in sand piles on the beach in Tartosa. So when you collect all of them, you get this special plaque, and it has this placeholder name instead of having the proper one. So that is the whole laundry list. I am glad we got at least some good news today, and it is a pretty lengthy laundry list this time around. There's only 2 major issues, at least recent ones, that I can think of that were not addressed on it, because I've heard that Sims can forget milestones when you travel to other lots or even just switch to other families and then switch back to them. And when you visit a family, that family can forget their milestones too, so that if an infant has some milestones like they've learned to sit up or crawl or any of that stuff, they won't remember any of that. They'll just be lying on the floor when you go visit them. So I haven't seen either of those yet, though I haven't tried the visiting another family one. But yeah, I've switched between households, haven't run into that issue yet. There is a mod by Lumpanu and Nate the Loser that I actually did make a community post about, but I'll still leave a link to it in the video description below in case you missed that, so you can have that fixed in your game if you do use mods. The one that I have seen is infants just randomly spawn on the street when you load the household. So even after I put my infant back into their crib and then I just reload the family again later, the infant is out in the street again. It is so weird. At least we know we are getting a game update this month though. I don't think it's going to have any new features in it. I think it is just going to have those bug fixes. Though again, it's not a guarantee that everything on the laundry list is going to be in the next patch. Typically it does though, which is pretty good. But that so-called hot update that they talked about on the roadmap, I'm still thinking that's going to be a June release, unless maybe at the earliest we get it in the second half of May. And really, I don't need anything more than bug fixes right now. Growing Together is still pretty fresh. It hasn't been out that long, so I would just like to explore more of that without having to worry about as many bugs. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this month's laundry list, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!